Wow, and we're back at it again. As promised, we're gonna teach you how to grow your biceps so large that people are like, dude, you definitely are on the juice. And you're gonna be like, nah, dog, I'm not on the juice. I just follow Uncle Rami. Part 2 of the series, the Brachialis. Anyways, before we get started, you guys already know, time to take off the pump cover. This is actually my second training session of the day. And I've been doing this for the past 2 to 3 months with no break. I don't take rest days. If you guys are new here, I don't take rest days. And I've been doing 2 days for the last 2 to 3 months, somewhere in between there. And I just got finished hitting arms maybe 2.5 hours ago. And I'll be honest with you, my head is absolutely throbbing right now. And it probably is overexertion, but listen, some people want and some people don't. We're here for bigger biceps. And in my head I was like, well, you know, you have a headache, dude. Like, you should just relax and maybe sit kind of under, you know, a little bit of dark and, you know, take an aspirin medicine to kind of feel better. No. We need bigger biceps, and the brachialis is not something I hear people talk about nearly enough. People love to shit on this. Like, technically, that is forearm, you know that? Listen, dog, do you want bigger looking arms? Yes or no? Yes, of course I do. Okay, become a brachialis supremacist. No other way for me to put it. That is quite literally the missing link. Most people do typical bicep exercises, right? They focus on the short head and then the long head, which is this guy over here. It's like that peak area. But the brachialis comes all the way up over here. It makes your arms look a lot thicker. It increases your wrist strength. It'll help your pull-up numbers. It'll help your rowing back numbers. You have no idea, having your brachialis locked in, aside from us, obviously I get it. This video, you clicked on it for bigger biceps, and I promise you it's exactly what this is going to do. But there's a lot more to this than just bigger biceps aesthetically. You're going to become a lot stronger. Your strength numbers are going to go up. And it's because this is a very, very important muscle that is neglected. Most people think, maybe just a couple hammer curls and I'll call it. Versus it making a focal point. And you know this, if you're new to this page, we are superset supremacists as well. But the way we superset is far different than the way most people do. Most people go chest and back, right? Bicep and tricep, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I believe that there is better, which is my style of doing it. I'm not just saying because it's my style. I've tinkered around with the antagonist muscles, and they're great in their own regard. But this really, the margin for error with this type of lifting is so high, meaning you can kind of miss the boat on a couple movements and not come in perfect, and it's still going to grow you exponentially. And it's because you're overwhelming the hell out of the muscles. So the way I do it is I superset a bicep exercise with a bicep exercise. But more specifically, I'm going to superset a brachialis exercise with another brachialis exercise. But the way I like to do it typically is a compound movement on the front end with an isolation movement on the back end. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. Just the very first one you're doing, you want to focus kind of on the weight you're doing while maintaining really, really good dialed in form. And on the back end, you think of it as, I want that isolation exercise to take that muscle to complete failure. Front end compound, back end isolation to take the muscle to complete failure. Delivering proper stress, you're getting stronger, and you're putting on more muscle. It's phenomenal. And so the time is now. You guys are here for a reason, not to hear me yap, but you guys are ready to see the superset. Superset's here. I'm going to get you started. Let's get going, baby. All right. So the very first one I'm doing is going to be reverse curls. Now, you can do them a plethora of ways, right? But the point is you want to keep your elbows locked in like this. I like to keep my posture solid. And then from there, I can just curl up. And I almost twist into it as well. You can do it however you want. Some people have their ways of doing it. I love the death grip personally. It just feels better. But notice I'm not sacrificing on form. My elbows are locked in. And obviously from there I kind of failed, but now what I can do is kind of get sloppy with it and then lower in the negatives. I'm zipped out from today. Not an excuse, but I am pretty zipped out. I hit arms really hard today, but superset time. God, that picture looks weird, to be honest there. Anyways, you can see what's up to the fam. All right, then from here, because I only have 40-pound dumbbells, so these are a bit lighter. So that's where I mean, like this formula, this framework is super, super flexible. It's fluid. So I only have 40-pound dumbbells, right? So I look at this as the isolation exercise that's going to help me take these muscles to complete failure. You can do them both at the same time, but I like doing single arm stuff just because it allows me to find any imbalances where I kind of see my body's lacking, whether it's mobility, strength, just in general. Notice I'm not compromising on form either, dudes, at all. You want targeted stress through maintaining correct form. I could flare out and start going like that, but nah. This is partials. I'm done. Oh, feeling good though. Wow. That's a hell of a superset. And that's what I'll do. I'll do that for 2 to 3 sets. Bada boom, bada bang. That's it. That's the point. But you can't compromise, especially on form. Just because you're doing supersets, people think supersets means, oh, I can just throw around weight. No, 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 no. You pretend that that is the only set you're doing inside the gym. You just do it back to back. So not only did I just smash my reverse grip, easy bar curls, you can do it with a flat bar. You can do them with dumbbells even. I love doing them with dumbbells. But like I said, I only had 40-pound dumbbells here, and I'd rather have done that with hammer curls. Slow, controlled all the way through. Like I said, that front end, you can make that more of a compound-ish movement, even though these are both kind of compound. You get what I mean. But that's the point, is it's super fluid. Because now what do I do on the back end? I'm taking that muscle to complete failure. That's why I will not compromise on form. Elbow locked in, cadence on, perfect, and you do not let up. And then you can take your break, relax a little bit, back on the saddle. You're just getting started with this. You're only going to need 1 to 2 sets. 2 sets is just because you haven't really nailed the first one down the way you're supposed to. If you nail it, you only need 1 set on this type of thing. Because you have to work yourself into a shape, and then eventually your body's going to adapt. It's going to get stronger. It's going to get in better shape. You're going to perform better. Then you move it up to 2, to 3, to 4. And then if you're going up to 4, realistically, it's like maybe I should be bumping up weight. Oh, I notice on this rep or on this exercise, you know, I could probably dial in my form a little bit more. It is a game of tinkering. You get what I'm saying? Feel me? Come on. And that's the point. That's why I love this way of lifting. That's why it's so damn effective, is because you're probably sharp enough to realize you can probably take this formula and apply it to every other body part. And you absolutely can. My point of being inside the gym, personally, is to mold my mind. I believe physical training is a tool to make you incredibly sharp. I think it calluses your mind in the right areas. I think if you do it correctly, your decision making gets better. I think it forces you to harness a lot of willpower. A lot of things that are needed to actually be very successful in real life, if that's something you really care to do. And for me, I just use this as a training ground for real life, because training, if you do it correctly, is grueling. And it makes the hard shit in life very easy. I shouldn't say that. It makes the hard shit in life a lot easier, because things are still difficult. Just because, you know, my body can handle this stuff doesn't mean I go through everything with ease, but the ability to tap into a different energy that no one else has is definitely there, and I'm well aware of it. It's a relentless pursuit of self-excellence. As cheesy as that sounds, physical training for me is what I pull on. It's the lever I pull on to get me there. When my training is on point, everything else seems to fall into place. It just happens. And for me, that's the reason why I feel so passionately about it, is because, it's funny as it sounds, lifting really ain't my life, you know? It's just the lever that I like to pull on, makes everything make sense. Everything. Even right now, I have an absolute migraine. I kid you not. Like, my brain is absolutely rocked. But my ability to just sit with the camera and be here and have a conversation, even though, yeah, does my brain hurt? For sure, my head is throbbing. That doesn't affect anything though. Like my ability to push through ugly feelings and uncomfortable feelings, it harnesses all this stuff and it actually starts to take precedence in real life. My point is don't rob yourself of it by trying to find the shortcut way of getting abs and I want to be in shape, man. Like I just want to look like I'm in shape versus just being that guy. I promise you're going to look at yourself in the mirror and you're going to feel so much differently about yourself if you just do things that way. I know it's a funny way of ending a video that was about brachialis supremacy, but let's never forget the reason why we train and we want these big muscles. And that's why I love about this workout framework is it forces you to be in that level of shape. To sustain this type of lifting throughout an entire training session, you have to be in great shape. And your body as a result, and I always say, the side effect of my process is a six-pack and an aesthetic-looking body. It's a side effect. And it's cool. I'm not going to lie and be like, yeah, man, I have abs and I don't even care, dude. It's very, very cool to have. But what's way more tight is knowing that when you have the six-pack, you're like, I have a six-pack because I'm in that level of shape. That's way cooler than just having the abs. Trust me. Anyways, I appreciate you being here and I appreciate you guys watching this. If there's anything that you guys want specifically, drop it down in the comments. Let me know. And if you guys like that, like anybody else reading that comment, give it a thumbs up and that way I know to make a video on it. I appreciate you guys as always. I really do appreciate you guys being here. I love y'all a lot. Anyways, I love you guys. Uncle Rami out. Peace.